I've just conquered the entire world. In Marshall Islands is the last country. The entire world is mine. I am the number one country. Every single one of these islands are mine. The entire world is mine. I own the entire world. All 6,600 cities are all mine, and they're also very developed. I've gone very lag. Yeah, it's always very laggy whenever I try to do I've gotten every single bit of technology. If it would move. I have every single bit of technology. These are all the final levels of everything. All my military doctrines are all set, as they should be. These are my stats. I went down a little bit because of the war, but these are pretty old. This entire earth is mine. I own this. I own the world. All of it falls into the Republic of China. See, what I've done, this is not conquering. This is liberation. I liberated them from the poor, broke, bum states into my awesome, giant, cool, awesome country. It's also very laggy. What is this? I don't need this, bro. You know what? I'm sure the entire world can handle having a and it went from here to here to here to here and then to here, and then I took some of this. After that, I think I took this and then North Korea. I saved North Korea before I take Russia, because I was too lazy to have my troops march over there or make troops over here. And then I took over Russia. After that, I think I did nothing for a good while. Until that was around the time when everyone got off. Crap left. Before that happened, I think, before I took over Russia, he left as I was going to, and then since I had to make truce with it, I had to wait 3 years before I could take Russia again. And then Crap left, and then after that Gabriel left. Gabriel left, I think pretty much right after I took over Russia. And then I decided to take over the European Union. It was about over here. This is like a history lesson. It was over here and all the way down to Afghanistan. Yeah, over here. Save for what is this? Oman and Yemen, whatever. Oh yeah, by the way, starting war with the European Union, when I did that, I had to start war with the entire international syndicate. So I had to fight the European Union. What is this? Rio de la Plata and Gran Colombia. I had to fight all of them at the same time, or well, back to back. I took over European Union first, and then like South Africa, and then Gran Colombia and Rio de la Plata, whatever, were kind of I had like this area for a good while. I had to stay with like this area for a good while, and then I ended up conquering Rio de la Plata first, because it was kind of closer, and in Gran Colombia still had the entirety of the United States, so I had to deal with that later. After I took the entirety of Africa, I like selected it like this. I selected like the entirety of Africa, like combined them all into like one little group, moved them over here, and then after that, I moved it onto the land, and then had it like split into like 16 armies, and then took over the entire United States. By the way, while doing all that, these like countries all split because of stability. US had like, I remember it was like California, some little state over here. I think it was like Confederates or something. And then over here, New England. Yeah, that thing was already there before I even fought, I think. Around the time that those broke off, I took over Antarctica. It was a really slow process, mostly because I forgot to move my troops towards the cities, and they were just kind of standing there in the cold. After I finished with the International Syndicate, I think I took over Canada first, took over Greenland and Iceland, like North Africa. I don't know, they all happened around the same time, so a few countries that split off over here from the European Union. I remember this little area was split off. Naples, and like circle around. I remember out of all of the African countries, I think Egypt did me the most trouble because it had like, yeah, Cairo has like 54 million people. And then after that, I looped around to the smaller countries that I'd forgotten about, like Naples over there that split off, and then like those countries down there. I think that was when I got determined to take over the entire world, because I was like originally thinking like, I'll just do the big continents, I'll just do Asia, I'll just do Russia, that's not a continent, but I mean like it's basically one at that point. It's span Africa, the Americas. I was kind of determined to just take over the continents, but then I was like, since I'm here, I might as well just go like a step beyond, you know what I'm saying? And then I started taking over like, the smaller countries closer to land, like this one over here. But then like after that, I like realized that I hadn't taken over the Caribbean yet. I justified like war with the main big, Jamaica, and then Bahamas over here, like with those, and I think this one too. Took over the entire thing. And then like after that, I realized like these small tiny islands all like got all these colors. I need them to all be like red and transparent, and then I ended up going around a smaller island. I was like originally but then I realized I could go to the country rankings. It will show each country, and then I could like click on them. It'll give me like the same menu as, and took countries off the list. What am I gonna fight, bro? The entire world is mine. Like I like shit, that broke my train of thought. Okay, I realized that I could use the country rankings, and then would take, yeah, all that, and I ended up, taking over the entire world, thinking of letting Marshall Islands, like if it even works, but like select it and then like look into the, like go into the game as like Marshall Islands. It was like the when I like before I played Marshall Islands, I was kind of like all right, good. Like I was all right at the game. Like I was like Chris kind of good at the game. If I really wanted to, I could probably take over like the entire European Union type of thing, you know, like Chris type of good in like this session. But or maybe I wasn't even up to that degree, but like I was like pretty all right. But then like playing as Marshall Islands teach me like a bunch of stuff, like, you know, the importance of entrenching and like and like using because I was stuck with, you know, only one city. I had to make do with like very, very little stuff. I'm pretty sure like when you're starting as like a tiny little island, either you can only have 60,000 manpower or only 50,000 manpower, or like 10,000 manpower. I don't know. I think it's like 50,000 manpower. That's very little manpower, right? And my infantry would have been learn all these workarounds and everything. But like, and so like all these strategies, like policies, ideologies, and it was mostly because I had to, right? Like at that point, like I had to start like exploring my options, and obviously like policies and ideologies are pretty, you know, so like, I was like kind of in